The Saturday evening was ablaze with laughter and music as Jonathan, my best friend, threw an extravagant party for my birthday. Our cozy Los Angeles home was filled with the warmth of friends gathered to celebrate this milestone with me. Emily, my wife, seemed radiant, moving effortlessly among the guests with a smile that could light up the room. Yet, beneath her cheerful facade, something felt amiss. I couldn't shake the feeling that her interactions with Jonathan were off. Too lingering, too intimate. I brushed off my suspicions as paranoia, trying to immerse myself in the joy of the moment. But a nagging unease persisted. At one point during the evening, I found myself in the kitchen, preparing cocktails for our guests. And that's when I saw them. Emily and Jonathan stood in the shadowy corner, locked in an embrace. Their lips met in a kiss, their hands motionless against each other's bodies. My heart stopped. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like being struck by lightning, a bolt of betrayal coursing through my chest. I watched in silent agony, trying to convince myself it was merely a friendly hug gone awry. But deep down, I knew the truth. It was a kiss of infidelity. Silently, I retreated from the kitchen, my mind reeling with shock and disbelief. The world around me seemed to crumble, leaving me adrift in a sea of hurt and confusion. For the remainder of the evening, I played the part of the jubilant birthday boy, but inside, I was a tempest of emotions: anger, sorrow, bitterness. The next day, I confronted Emily. Tears streamed down her face as she confessed her mistake, begging for forgiveness. But forgiveness didn't come easy. The wound of betrayal ran deep, shattering my sense of trust and security. As the weeks passed, the pain lingered, a constant reminder of the breach of trust that had torn through my life. I didn't know how long the ache would last, but I held on to the hope that someday I would find the strength to forgive and begin to heal. For now, though, every time I closed my eyes, I saw that treacherous kiss, etched into my mind as a painful reminder of the shattered trust that once bound us together. Days turned into weeks, and the weight of betrayal hung heavy over our once happy home. Despite Emily's tearful apologies and earnest promises to make amends, the rift between us seemed insurmountable. I found myself grappling with a tumult of conflicting emotions. On one hand, there was a part of me that desperately wanted to believe in Emily's remorse, to reclaim the love and trust we had shared for so many years. But on the other hand, the wounds of betrayal ran deep, leaving me wary and guarded. Our home, once a sanctuary of love and laughter, now felt like a battleground, every interaction fraught with tension and mistrust. Simple gestures, a touch, a smile, were laden with the weight of unspoken resentment and pain. I sought solace in the company of friends, their unwavering support a lifeline in the storm of my emotions. But even their words of encouragement couldn't soothe the ache in my heart or quiet the ceaseless doubts that plagued my mind. As the weeks passed, Emily made earnest attempts to atone for her betrayal. She showered me with affection, cooked my favorite meals, and tried to reignite the spark that had once bound us together. Yet, despite her efforts, the chasm between us only seemed to widen. I found myself consumed by a sense of isolation, adrift in a sea of uncertainty and self-doubt. Could I ever find it in myself to forgive Emily for her transgression? Could our fractured relationship ever be repaired, or was it destined to crumble beneath the weight of betrayal? In the quiet moments of the night, when sleep eluded me and the darkness pressed in, I wrestled with these questions, searching for a glimmer of hope amidst the wreckage of our shattered trust. But for now, the struggle to forgive remained an uphill battle, a daunting journey fraught with uncertainty and pain. As I gazed into the uncertain future that lay ahead, I couldn't help but wonder if redemption was truly within reach, or if the scars of betrayal would forever mark the landscape of our love. Weeks stretched into months, and with each passing day, the wounds of betrayal slowly began to heal, though the scars remained as a constant reminder of the pain we had endured. Emily's efforts to rebuild our fractured relationship were relentless. She showered me with affection, supported me through my darkest moments, and demonstrated a commitment to making amends that I couldn't help but admire. Slowly but surely, her unwavering persistence began to chip away at the walls I had erected around my heart. I found myself softening, allowing myself to entertain the possibility of forgiveness, even as the specter of doubt lingered in the shadows. We embarked on a journey of rediscovery, seeking solace in the simple pleasures of shared laughter and quiet moments of intimacy. Together we confronted the demons of our past, confronting the pain and betrayal that had threatened to tear us apart. Through tearful conversations and heartfelt confessions, we unearthed the underlying issues that had fueled Emily's indiscretion, a sense of loneliness, a longing for connection, a fear of growing apart. And though the path to healing was fraught with obstacles, we faced each challenge head-on, united in our determination to emerge stronger than before. As the days turned into weeks, our bond deepened, forged in the crucible of adversity. I began to see glimpses of the woman I had fallen in love with, the compassionate, caring soul who had captured my heart all those years ago. And in those moments of clarity, I knew that forgiveness was not only possible but inevitable. For beneath the pain and betrayal lay a love that was resilient and enduring, a love that refused to be extinguished by the mistakes of the past. Together, Emily and I embarked on the road to redemption, knowing that the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges and setbacks. But as long as we faced them together, hand in hand, I was confident that we could overcome anything that stood in our way. For in the end, it wasn't the scars of betrayal that defined us, but the strength of our love and the depth of our commitment to each other. As we ventured into the unknown territory of our shared future, I knew that no matter what lay ahead, we would face it together, bound by a love that was stronger than any obstacle we might encounter. As the seasons changed and time marched forward, Emily and I continued to navigate the turbulent waters of our relationship, determined to leave the shadows of betrayal behind and embrace the promise of a brighter future. With each passing day, our bond grew stronger, fortified by the trials we had endured and the lessons we had learned along the way. We no longer dwelled on the mistakes of the past but instead focused our energies on building a foundation of trust and understanding that could withstand any storm. Together we embarked on new adventures, exploring the world with a sense of wonder and excitement that we hadn't felt in years. We laughed more freely, loved more deeply, and cherished each moment as if it were our last. Gone were the days of doubt and uncertainty, replaced by a newfound sense of confidence and optimism. We knew that the road ahead would not always be easy, but we faced it with courage and conviction, secure in the knowledge that as long as we had each other, we could overcome any obstacle that stood in our way. And as we stood on the threshold of a new beginning, hand in hand, I knew that our love had been tested and proven true. For in the crucible of adversity, we had discovered the strength of our commitment and the depth of our devotion, a love that was unbreakable, unstoppable, and eternal. Together, Emily and I embraced the future with open hearts and open minds, ready to write the next chapter of our story, a story of redemption, forgiveness, and the enduring power of love. And as we stepped into the unknown, I knew that whatever lay ahead, we would face it together, bound by a bond that was stronger than time itself. In the wake of our journey through tumultuous seas, a newfound tranquility settled over our once fragile home. The wounds of betrayal, though not forgotten, had begun to heal, leaving behind scars that served as a testament to the resilience of our love. Emily and I had emerged from the crucible of adversity stronger and more united than ever before. Our relationship, once teetering on the brink of collapse, had been forged anew in the fires of redemption, bound by an unbreakable bond. With each passing day, the pain of the past grew fainter, replaced by a sense of gratitude for the second chance we had been given. We cherished each other more deeply and treasured each moment more fervently, knowing that life was too precious to be squandered on petty grievances and past mistakes. Together, we embarked on a journey of self-discovery, exploring the depths of our hearts and souls with a newfound sense of purpose and clarity. We confronted our fears and insecurities head-on, refusing to let them dictate the course of our lives. And as we delved deeper into the labyrinth of our emotions, we discovered a profound truth. that love, true love, was not a fleeting emotion but a steadfast commitment to each other's happiness and well-being. With this revelation came a sense of liberation, a shedding of the shackles that had bound us to the past, freeing us to embrace the infinite possibilities of the future. And so, hand in hand, we ventured forth into the unknown, eager to explore the uncharted territory of our shared destiny. For though the road ahead would undoubtedly be fraught with challenges and obstacles, we faced it with courage and conviction, secure in the knowledge that as long as we had each other, we could weather any storm. And as we basked in the warm glow of the sunset, casting long shadows across the landscape of our love, I knew that our journey was far from over. For in the vast expanse of eternity, our love would endure, a beacon of hope and resilience in a world fraught with uncertainty and doubt. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Emily and I continued to walk hand in hand along the path of redemption, our hearts filled with hope and optimism for the future that lay ahead. Gone were the shadows of doubt and insecurity that had once clouded our relationship, replaced by a sense of clarity and purpose that infused every aspect of our lives. Together we faced each new day with a renewed sense of gratitude and appreciation for the love we shared, determined to seize every opportunity to cherish the precious moments we had been granted. We laughed more freely, loved more deeply, and lived each day to the fullest, knowing that tomorrow was never guaranteed and that every moment was a gift to be treasured. As we looked to the future, we saw endless possibilities stretching out before us, a blank canvas upon which we could paint the masterpiece of our lives. We dreamed of adventures yet to come, of travels to distant lands and quiet moments of contentment spent in each other's arms. And though we knew that challenges would inevitably arise along the way, we faced them with courage and resilience, secure in the knowledge that together we could overcome anything. For in the end, it was not the trials we faced or the obstacles we conquered that defined us, but the love we shared and the strength of our commitment to each other. As we stood on the threshold of a new beginning, I knew that whatever the future held, we would face it together, hand in hand, united in our journey of love and redemption. As the seasons changed and time marched onward, Emily and I found ourselves enveloped in the warmth of a love reborn, a love that had weathered the storms of betrayal and emerged stronger and more resilient than ever before. With each passing day, our bond deepened, rooted in a foundation of trust, understanding, and unwavering devotion. We had learned to communicate openly and honestly, sharing our hopes, dreams, and fears without reservation or hesitation. Together, we embraced the challenges of everyday life with a sense of grace and resilience, drawing strength from the knowledge that we were stronger together than we could ever be apart. We celebrated the milestones, both big and small, that marked our journey. A quiet anniversary dinner, a spontaneous weekend getaway, a lazy Sunday morning spent in each other's arms. But it was in the quiet moments, the spaces between words and actions, that our love truly flourished. It was in the gentle touch of a hand, the shared glance across a crowded room, the whispered words of affirmation that spoke volumes of the depth of our affection. As we looked to the future, we saw endless possibilities stretching out before us, a tapestry of dreams waiting to be woven, a life waiting to be lived to the fullest. We talked of starting a family, building a home filled with love and laughter, growing old together, and watching as our love continued to evolve and deepen with each passing year. But even as we dared to dream of the future, we remained rooted in the present, savoring each moment as if it were our last, mindful of the fragility of life and the preciousness of time. For in the end, it was not the grand gestures or extravagant displays of affection that defined our love, but the simple, everyday moments, the shared laughter, the quiet conversations, the silent understanding, that spoke volumes of the depth of our connection. As we stood on the threshold of a new chapter in our lives, I knew that whatever the future held, we would face it together, hand in hand, hearts entwined in a love that was as enduring as it was profound. As the years unfolded before us, Emily and I found ourselves immersed in the rich tapestry of life, a tapestry woven from the threads of love, laughter, and shared experiences. Our days were filled with the simple pleasures of everyday life. The warmth of the morning sun streaming through the windows, the sound of laughter echoing through the halls of our home, the comforting embrace of familiarity that enveloped us like a warm blanket on a cold winter's night. Together we navigated the highs and lows of life with grace and resilience, drawing strength from the bond we had forged in the crucible of adversity. We celebrated the joys, the birth of our children, the milestones of their growing years, the triumphs and achievements that filled us with pride and joy. But we also weathered the storms, the loss of loved ones, the challenges of parenthood, the inevitable ups and downs that tested the limits of our endurance and resolve. Through it all, our love remained a constant, a beacon of light that guided us through the darkest of nights, a source of comfort and solace in times of trouble and despair. As the years passed, our children grew and spread their wings, venturing out into the world to forge their paths and create their destinies. As we watched them embark on their journeys, we found ourselves reflecting on the legacy of love that we had created, a legacy built on a foundation of trust, understanding, and unwavering devotion. We had lived a lifetime together, a lifetime filled with love and laughter, joy and sorrow, triumph and adversity. And as we look back on the memories we had shared, we knew that our love had left an indelible mark on the world, a legacy that would endure long after we were gone. As we grew old together, hand in hand, hearts still beating as one, we found peace in the knowledge that our love would live on, a timeless testament to the power of the human spirit and the enduring bonds that unite us all. And as we gazed into each other's eyes, we knew that our journey was far from over, that as long as we had each other, we could face whatever the future held with courage, grace, and unshakable faith in the power of love. As the sun dipped below the horizon and cast its warm glow across the landscape of our lives, Emily and I found ourselves reflecting on the journey that had brought us to this moment, a journey filled with love, laughter, and countless memories. We sat together on the porch of our cozy home, surrounded by the quiet beauty of nature, and allowed ourselves to be swept away by the tide of nostalgia that washed over us. We reminisced about the early days of our courtship, the butterflies in our stomachs, the stolen glances across crowded rooms, and the exhilarating rush of falling in love for the first time. We laughed at the memories of our youthful adventures, the impromptu road trips, the late-night conversations that stretched into the wee hours of the morning, and the reckless abandon with which we embraced life and all its possibilities. But we also shed tears for the trials we had faced, the moments of doubt and uncertainty, the heartaches and setbacks that threatened to tear us apart. And yet, through it all, our love had endured, a steady beacon of light that had guided us through the darkest of nights and led us safely home to each other's arms. As we looked back on the tapestry of our lives, we marveled at the richness and complexity of the experiences we had shared, the highs and lows, the victories and defeats, the moments of profound joy and devastating sorrow. And as we gazed into the future, we knew that whatever lay ahead, we would face it together, hand in hand, hearts intertwined in a love that had stood the test of time. For ours was a love that transcended the boundaries of space and time, a love that had weathered the storms of life and emerged stronger and more resilient than ever before. And as we watched the stars twinkle overhead, we knew that our love would shine on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who dared to believe in the power of true love. As the final chapter of our story unfolded, Emily and I found ourselves standing at the crossroads of a new beginning, a beginning tinged with both sadness and anticipation. As we prepared to bid farewell to the life we had known and embark on a new adventure together. We had lived a lifetime together, a lifetime filled with love, laughter, and cherished memories. But now, as the sun began to set on our golden years, we knew that it was time to turn the page and begin a new chapter in our lives. With heavy hearts and tear-filled eyes, we said goodbye to the home we had shared for so many years, a home filled with laughter and love, but also with the echoes of memories that would forever linger in the corners of our hearts. But even as we said farewell to the familiar comforts of our past, we knew that the future held endless possibilities, a blank canvas upon which we could paint the next chapter of our lives, free from the constraints of expectation or obligation. Together we embarked on a new adventure, hand in hand, hearts filled with hope and anticipation for the journey that lay ahead. We didn't know where the road would take us, but we knew that as long as we had each other, we could face whatever the future held with courage, grace, and unwavering faith in the power of love. As we stepped into the unknown, I knew that our love would be our guiding light, a beacon of hope and inspiration that would illuminate the darkest of nights and lead us safely home to each other's arms. Time and time again. For ours was a love that had stood the test of time, a love that had endured through the trials and tribulations of life, and emerged stronger, more resilient than ever before. As we looked to the horizon, I knew that our journey was far from over, that as long as we had each other, we could face whatever challenges lay ahead with courage, grace, and unshakable faith in the power of love. As we embarked on our new adventure, Emily and I found ourselves immersed in the vibrant tapestry of life once again, a tapestry woven from the threads of love, laughter, and cherished memories. In our new home, surrounded by the beauty of nature and the tranquility of the countryside, we embraced each day with a sense of wonder and gratitude, savoring the simple pleasures that filled our lives with joy and contentment. Together, we explored the world around us, venturing into the unknown with a sense of curiosity and adventure that belied our years. We laughed more freely, loved more deeply, and cherished each moment as if it were our last. But even as we embraced the present, we never forgot the past, the memories we had shared, the lessons we had learned, and the love that had sustained us through the trials and tribulations of life. And as we look back on our journey, we realized that our love had become more than just a bond between two people. It had become a legacy, a testament to the power of love to transcend time and space, and to endure long after we were gone. We shared our stories with the next generation, passing down the wisdom and experiences that had shaped our lives and our love. We watched with pride as our children and grandchildren embarked on their journeys, knowing that they carried a piece of us with them wherever they went. And as we grew older, our love only grew stronger, deepening with each passing day as we drew closer to the end of our earthly journey. We took comfort in the knowledge that our love would live on, a timeless testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and the bonds that unite us all. And so, as we look to the future, we did so with hearts full of gratitude and hope, knowing that our legacy would live on long after we were gone, a beacon of light that would guide future generations on their journeys of love, laughter, and cherished memories. In the twilight of our lives, Emily and I found ourselves enveloped in the warmth of a love that had stood the test of time, a love that had weathered the storms of life and emerged stronger and more resilient than ever before. As we sat together on the porch of our new home, hand in hand, we watched as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow across the landscape of our lives. We reflected on the journey that had brought us to this moment, the highs and lows, the triumphs and tribulations, the moments of joy and sorrow that had shaped our lives and our love. But through it all, one thing remained constant, the enduring bond that had united us from the very beginning, a bond forged in the fires of adversity and strengthened by the passage of time. As we looked back on our lives, we realized that our love had transcended the boundaries of space and time. It was a love that had existed long before we were born, and would continue to exist long after we were gone. And as we embraced each other in the fading light of day, we knew that our love would endure, a timeless testament to the power of the human spirit and the resilience of the human heart. For ours was a love that had defied the odds, a love that had overcome every obstacle, weathered every storm, and emerged stronger and more beautiful than ever before. And as we gazed into each other's eyes, we knew that our love would live on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who dared to believe in the power of true love. And so, as the stars began to twinkle overhead and the world grew quiet around us, we whispered words of love and gratitude to each other, knowing that our journey together was far from over. For in the end, it was not the length of our lives that mattered, but the depth of our love, a love that would endure for all eternity, a love that would transcend the bounds of time and space, and a love that would live on forever in the hearts of those who knew us. As the sun rose on what would be our final day together, Emily and I found ourselves surrounded by the comforting embrace of our loved ones, gathered together to celebrate a life well lived and a love that had touched the hearts of all who knew us. In the quiet moments before dawn, we sat together in silence, savoring the precious moments we had left, knowing that our time together was drawing to a close. We spoke of the memories we had shared, the laughter and tears, the triumphs and tribulations, the countless moments that had shaped our lives and our love. As we reflected on the journey that had brought us to this moment, we realized that our love had been the truest and most enduring gift of all, a gift that had enriched our lives beyond measure and had left an indelible mark on the world around us. As the day wore on, we were surrounded by friends and family, each one sharing their memories and stories of the love we had shared. There were tears and laughter, hugs and kisses, as we celebrated a life well lived and a love that would never die. As the sun began to set on the horizon, casting a warm glow across the landscape of our lives, we knew that it was time to say goodbye. With tears in our eyes and love in our hearts, we embraced each other one final time, whispering words of love and gratitude as we prepared to part ways. But even as we said our farewells, we knew that our love would live on, a timeless testament to the power of the human spirit and the enduring bonds that unite us all. And so, as we watched the sun sink below the horizon, casting its golden rays across the sky, we knew that it was not an end, but a new beginning, a beginning filled with the promise of eternal love and everlasting peace. For in the end, our love would transcend the bounds of time and space, living on forever in the hearts of those who knew us, and in the memories we had shared.
With cancer was a moment
in the days and weeks that followed our final farewell, those who knew and loved us gathered together to honor our memory and celebrate the legacy of love that we had left behind. The warmth of their embraces, the shared tears, and the gentle laughter filled the air as they recalled the moments that had woven our lives together. As our loved ones shared stories and memories of our lives, laughter mingled with tears, and hearts overflowed with gratitude for the love that had touched their lives in such profound ways. Each tale told was a thread in the rich tapestry of our shared existence, a testament to the depth of the bonds we had forged in our time on this earth. We had left behind a legacy of love, laughter, and cherished memories that would endure long after we were gone, a testament to the enduring power of love to transcend even death itself. It was a legacy not measured in material wealth or worldly success, but in the countless lives we had touched with our kindness, compassion, and unwavering devotion to one another. In the quiet moments of reflection, our loved ones found solace in the memories we had shared. The moments of joy and laughter, the quiet conversations shared over cups of tea, the simple acts of kindness that had touched their hearts in ways they could never forget. These memories became like precious treasures, offering comfort and reassurance in times of sorrow and uncertainty. And as they looked to the future, they knew that our love would live on, a guiding light that would illuminate their path and fill their hearts with hope and inspiration in the darkest of times. It was a love that transcended the boundaries of time and space, a love that would always be there to comfort and uplift them, no matter where their journeys took them. In the years that followed, our legacy continued to grow, as our children and grandchildren carried on the traditions we had established and shared our stories with future generations. They became the custodians of our legacy, passing down the values and principles that had guided our lives and shaped our character. And as they looked back on our lives, they knew that our love had been the truest and most enduring gift of all, a gift that had enriched their lives beyond measure and had left an indelible mark on the world around them. It was a love that had inspired acts of kindness and generosity, sparked moments of joy and laughter, and brought comfort and solace to those in need. For in the end, our love was not measured by the years we spent together, but by the lives we touched and the hearts we filled with joy and gratitude. It was a love that knew no bounds, a love that would continue to shine brightly, even in the darkest of nights. And so, as our loved ones gathered together to honor our memory, They did so with hearts full of love and gratitude, knowing that our legacy would live on forever in the hearts of those who knew and loved us. It was a legacy built on the foundation of love, a love that would endure for all eternity. As time passed and the seasons continued to change, our legacy of love remained a guiding light for those who had been touched by our lives. Our memory lived on in the hearts and minds of our loved ones, a beacon of hope and inspiration in their darkest hours. Each passing day seemed to strengthen the bond of love that transcended the boundaries of life and death, weaving our presence into the very fabric of their existence. In the years that followed our passing, our loved ones carried on the traditions we had established, keeping our memories alive through stories and shared memories. They found solace in the knowledge that our love had left an indelible mark on their lives, shaping their values and guiding their actions. Our legacy became a source of comfort, a reminder of the enduring power of love to transcend the limitations of mortality. As they gathered together to celebrate milestones and share in life's joys and sorrows, they felt our presence among them, a comforting presence that reminded them of the love that had bound us together in life and death. The echoes of our laughter and the warmth of our embraces lingered in the air, enveloping them in a sense of peace and belonging. And though we were no longer physically present, our love continued to unite us with those we had left behind, bridging the gap between the past and the future, and reminding them that love knows no bounds. It was a love that defied the passage of time, growing stronger with each passing moment and illuminating their lives with its timeless brilliance. In the quiet moments of reflection, our loved ones found strength in the memories we had shared, the laughter that had filled their hearts with joy, the love that had sustained them through the darkest of times, and the legacy of kindness and compassion that had touched the lives of so many. These memories became a source of inspiration, guiding them through life's challenges and reminding them of the beauty and significance of the love we had shared. And as they looked to the future, they knew that our love would live on, a timeless testament to the power of the human spirit and the enduring bonds that unite us all. It was a love that transcended the boundaries of mortality, embracing them in its warm embrace and filling their hearts with hope and gratitude. For in the end, our love was not bound by the constraints of time and space, but by the eternal bond that had united us in life and would continue to unite us in death. It was a love that would endure for all eternity, a legacy of love that would shine brightly through the ages, guiding them on their journey through life. And so, as our loved ones carried on with their lives, they did so with hearts full of love and gratitude, knowing that our legacy of love would live on forever in the hearts of those who knew and loved us. It was a legacy built on the foundation of love, a love that would endure for all eternity. As our loved ones continued to carry on with their lives, the circle of life unfolded before them in all its beauty and complexity. New generations were born, each one a testament to the enduring legacy of love that we had left behind. With each new life entering the world, the echoes of our love reverberated through the generations, weaving a tapestry of connections that spanned time and space. Our grandchildren grew and flourished, each one carrying a piece of us within them, a smile, a laugh, a gesture, that reminded them of the love that had shaped their lives from the very beginning. They were the living embodiments of our love, carrying forward the essence of who we were and the values we held dear. And as they embarked on their journeys, they carried with them the lessons we had taught them, the importance of kindness, the value of compassion, and the power of love to overcome even the greatest of obstacles. Our love became a guiding force, a beacon of light that illuminated their path and filled their hearts with courage and determination. In the quiet moments of reflection, they looked to the heavens and felt our presence among them, a comforting presence that reminded them that we were never truly gone but lived on in the memories and hearts of those we had left behind. Our love became a source of comfort, a reminder that even in the darkest of times they were never alone. And though the years passed and the world around them changed, our love remained a constant, a guiding light that illuminated their path and filled their hearts with hope and inspiration in the darkest of times. It was a love that transcended the boundaries of time and space, a love that would endure for all eternity. As they looked to the future, They knew that our legacy of love would continue to shape their lives and the lives of generations to come, a timeless testament to the power of love to transcend even death itself. It was a legacy built on a foundation of love, a love that knew no bounds and would continue to shine brightly through the ages. And so, as they carried on with their lives, they did so with hearts full of love and gratitude, knowing that our love would live on forever in the hearts of those who knew and loved us. It was a legacy that would continue to inspire and uplift, reminding them of the profound impact that love can have on the world around us. As the years unfolded and the memories of our time together grew more distant, our legacy of love continued to be a guiding force in the lives of our descendants. They honored our memory in countless ways, ensuring that our love remained alive and vibrant in their hearts and minds. It became a tradition, a sacred duty passed down from generation to generation to keep the flame of our love burning brightly. In the quiet moments of reflection, they often found themselves drawn to the mementos and keepsakes that served as tangible reminders of our time together, the faded photographs, the handwritten letters, the treasured possessions that had once held such significance in our lives. These artifacts became more than just objects. They were portals to the past, offering glimpses into the depth of our love and the richness of our shared experiences. They shared stories and memories of our time with their children and grandchildren, passing down the wisdom and lessons we had imparted to them. They spoke of the love that had bound us together, the trials and triumphs we had faced, and the enduring legacy of kindness and compassion that had shaped their lives. Our love became a living legacy, woven into the fabric of their existence and guiding them on their journey through life. And as they looked to the future, they vowed to carry on our legacy of love, to live their lives with the same spirit of generosity and grace that had defined ours. They sought to make the world a better place, one act of kindness at a time, knowing that our love would continue to inspire and uplift all who crossed their path. It was a promise, a solemn oath, to honor our memory by spreading love and kindness wherever they went. In the years that followed, our memory lived on in the hearts of our descendants, a beacon of hope and inspiration in a world filled with uncertainty and doubt. They carried our love with them wherever they went, drawing strength and courage from the knowledge that they were never truly alone. Our love became their guiding light, leading them through the darkness and illuminating the path to a brighter tomorrow. And as they looked to the horizon, they knew that our love would continue to guide them on their journey, lighting their way through the darkness and leading them safely home to the arms of those they loved. It was a journey, a sacred pilgrimage, that they embarked upon with hearts full of love and gratitude, knowing that our love would be their constant companion every step of the way. For in the end, our legacy of love was not measured by the years we spent on this earth, but by the lives we touched and the hearts we filled with joy and gratitude. And as our descendants carried on with their lives, they did so with hearts full of love and gratitude, knowing that our love would live on forever in the hearts of those who knew and loved us. It was a legacy, a precious gift, that would endure for all eternity, a testament to the enduring power of love to transcend time and space.